I call it the golden age of new performance. I believe Tim Kuniskis uses that same phrase. And basically within that, the future of customization is all about being fast and cool, certainly. Those are the grassroots of SEMA, fast and cool, but also smart and connected. All four of those mega trends, if you will, are creating a new genre, if you will, of what gives kids and a lot of vehicles street credibility. So it's not just horsepower. You want to match the horsepower to the computer power of the vehicle, and that is what's making vehicles cool. When you modify a vehicle, you still have to demonstrate that the vehicle is in compliance. We call that customizing with confidence. Great example is our vehicle dynamics program that we started at SEMA 8 years ago with the advent of electronic stability control, ESC. Basically what ESC is, it keeps the vehicle from wandering off or rolling over. So it takes over from the driver to keep the vehicle going where the steering wheel is pointed. So when you modify the vehicle, you have to demonstrate that it is still in compliance. So we call that customizing with confidence. There's actually a federal motor vehicle safety standard, FMVSS 126, that is actually the test and the regulation. So when our members modify a vehicle, we have a test program set up that once the vehicle is modified, they go through the same test, in this case that an automaker does, to demonstrate that vehicle compliance. We do the same with emissions for getting an executive order. When you modify a vehicle under the hood, you have to ensure that it still is vehicle emission compliant. Automated driving will serve quite a few people well. I mean, even if you're an enthusiast and say you're driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas to the SEMA show, there may be stretches of the road you want to get some work done or where it's just plain boring. You want to be able to push that let Robbie the robot drive, so to speak. But I think you're going to see with that a new button that says kind of like the fun button. The ludicrous or the insane mode on the Tesla is a great example of that. I want to drive. I want to take over, push that fun button, so all these systems can be turned off and you're back at the steering wheel. VW fallout, and that's going to be a very long-lasting effect. To me, just to kind of generalize, it's kind of polluted the well for the entire industry. Not to denigrate a Volkswagen and the automakers, but they're always pushing the envelope, so it's very competitive. And looking for ways to get past on vehicle emissions or certain things that they're doing with the vehicle. That is happening at the track, so actually the VW scandal, if you will, is actually going to impact racing and the entire industry. But it's one of those things in the industry, yes, it happened, but I think we'll get through it. SEMA is really pushing the envelope when it comes to next generation career development. You look at how the performance industry was started, the hot rodders of the 60s and 70s. Well, what's the next generation think is cool, that cool factor of vehicles? You've got the next generation talent pipelines. We mentioned the software-based customization, vehicle electronics, things like that are kind of the new horsepower, if you will. A lot of kids are drifting into that those careers. There's some great opportunities like Techstars Mobility here in Detroit, where a lot of the startup companies get accelerated and incubated here in Detroit with automotive-type solutions that are driving that next-generation career development. So at SEMA, we have the Yen Launchpad, which is to showcase the next generation of careers and people coming into the industry that are enthusiasts, but have a different definition of what the cool factor will be as we go forward.